is Men's Health Month, and the goal is to up awareness on preventable health problems in men and encourage early detection and treatment. Joining me now is Sierra Hillman, a licensed counselor, to talk about this very important topic. Thank you for stopping by and joining us today.
Thank you for having me. I'm so excited to have this discussion.
So I want to start with probably the best way that guys can stay on top of their health, and that's with those annual checkups. How important are those?
Annual checkups are so important. I definitely encourage individuals to create a plan that is reflective of your personal goals in relation to your health, especially when we're looking at ourselves from a holistic perspective. So not only attending to our physical well-being, like the amount of sleep that we get, as well as the food that we put in our body, but also tending to our mental health as well. What are we feeling? How are we going through our day? What do our connections look like on a regular basis? So definitely creating that plan so that we can figure out what we can check up on a regular basis.
And talking about expressing feelings, some guys aren't always comfortable doing that. How can we get them to the point where they are comfortable about talking to their healthcare provider, and really why it's so important that they do?
Practicing relentless honesty brings you closer to your goals. So I would definitely say, one, check in with yourself. What are some beliefs that you hold in relation to mental health? What are some stigmas that you can challenge, not only personally, but connection-wise as well? Start off with letting your doctor, your primary care physician, or maybe even your therapist know, these are the things that I'm feeling, these are things that I'm experiencing, these are some of the things that are contributing to the way that I'm feeling, what are some resources that I could tap into, and even from an occupational perspective, speaking to your HR director, your team lead, and seeing what are some tools and some resources that you can tap into from your employee assistance program as well.
I read a really startling statistic online just prior to this interview indicating that women are outliving men, and it's mostly because that they are not comfortable in getting the help that they need.
So we can probably associate that with not having the opportunity to even dive into our presenting concerns. So I definitely encourage men to figure out or even take the lead on their mental health. Understandably, sometimes with women, we are very take charge women. If there's something wrong, we try to find a solution. And so for the men out there who are trying to figure out, okay, what can I do to help bring me closer to my holistic goals? Tapping into those providers, like I said, finding a directory of information that you can utilize on a regular basis.
Yeah, and because we're almost out of time, is there anything else you'd like to add?
I would definitely encourage men to understand that vulnerability is strength. So understanding it may be difficult to unpack all these difficult emotions, but understand that as you continue to go throughout your day, you build the capacity to handle those emotions rather than using avoidance or maybe even denial. So that's something that I would add.
All right, great advice there. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
And we'll be sure to get this interview posted for you on our YouTube channel. That way you can watch it or share it with someone you know. Just be sure to subscribe shortly after this newscast, and then that way you never miss an alert when a new story is posted.